Most people work hard, follow the rules, yet stay broke. Ever wondered why, in 2025, the truth is more shocking than ever? Let's uncover 7 money truths that are keeping Americans broke, and how you can break free. Truth No. 1. High income does not equal wealth. Now, here's a shocker. In 2022, over 53% of people earning over $100,000 per year were living paycheck to paycheck. That's right. You can be making 6 figures and still be broke. It's actually pretty common. How does this happen? Well, if you're making $100,000 a year, your take-home pay might look like this. Money Truth No. 2. School doesn't teach you about money. Our education system is great at teaching us complicated algebra and calculus. But when it comes to the most important financial literacy skills, we're left in the dark. I remember graduating from high school knowing zero about filing taxes or investing. I was clueless. But here's the thing. Money is a skill, just like any other. And if you want to become financially savvy, you need to put in the work. The rich understand this. They teach their kids about money early on. A study by Fidelity Investments found that 44% of parents with an annual income of $1 million or more had started teaching their children about money before the age of 12. That's right. While most of us are learning about fractions in math class, rich kids are learning about finances. They're taught how to manage money, save, and invest. By the time these kids are adults, they're ready to handle their finances. On the other hand, low-income families tend to start teaching their kids about money later, if at all. As a result, low-income kids are less likely to understand the basics of personal finance. And this lack of financial education is one of the reasons why so many people stay broke. Without the knowledge and skills to manage their money effectively, they struggle to make ends meet. They may not know how to budget, save, or invest, which can lead to financial instability. Money Truth No. 3. Debt is designed to keep you broke. Let's talk about debt. We all know that credit card debt can be a problem, but did you know that almost half of Americans have credit card debt averaging $5,700 per person? It's a serious issue. But there are also other types of debt, like car loans and student loans that people often forget about. These loans can seem like a blessing when you need them. They allow you to buy things you want or need without having to pay for them up front. But here's the catch. Debt is designed to keep you broke. Sure, you may be able to afford the monthly payments, but you're paying interest. So you're essentially paying more than you borrowed. For example, if you took out a loan for $10,000 at an interest rate of 5%, you would end up paying back $10,500 over the course of the loan. That's an extra $500 just in interest expense. But it's not just about the interest. Debt can also trap you in a cycle of borrowing and repayment. You may find yourself constantly taking out new loans to pay off old ones, and you'll always be struggling to make ends meet. The wealthy understand this, which is why they rarely use debt to fund their lifestyles. Instead, they use good debt to grow their wealth. For instance, they may borrow money to invest in a property that will generate rental income, or to start a business that will eventually become profitable. Good debt can be a smart way to leverage money to make more money. Consumer debt, on the other hand, is just a way to stay trapped where you are. Money Truth No. For consumerism is the enemy. We live in a world where companies spend billions of dollars each year to convince us to buy stuff we do and need. In fact, in 2025, global ad spend is expected to hit a whopping $1.3 trillion. That's insane. And guess who gets the short end of the stick? You guessed it, the broke people. Here's how it works. Advertisers target broke people with ads for cheap, flashy items like fast fashion, cheap electronics, and disposable products. These items are designed to look appealing, but often don't last long, forcing consumers to buy them again and again. It's a vicious cycle that keeps people broke. The rich, on the other hand, aren't fooled by flashy advertising. They understand the power of buying assets rather than liabilities. Assets are things that put money in your pocket, like stocks or rental properties. Liabilities, on the other hand, take money out of your pocket, like that new car you just bought. When you buy assets, you're investing in your future and building wealth. When you buy liabilities, you're just spending money you don't have and digging yourself deeper into debt. The rich understand this, which is why they often avoid buying things just for the sake of showing off. Instead, they focus on buying assets that will generate income and appreciate in value over time. Money Truth No. 5. Your mindset determines your net worth. You can't change your net worth until you change your mindset. Broke people have a scarcity mindset. They think there is a limited amount of money to go around, and they often use phrases like, "int, afford it." On the other hand, rich people have an abundance mindset. They believe there's plenty of money out there and they ask themselves, how can I afford it? This mindset shift can make a huge difference in your financial life. When you adopt an abundance mindset, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. You start to see that money is not a scarce resource and that you deserve to have it. You also realize that there are many ways to make money and that you have the power to create your own financial success. With this new mindset, you can take risks, pursue new opportunities, and invest in your future. Money, truth, no. 6. Most people don't track their money. Let's face it, budgeting doesn't sound cool. It's boring. But here's the truth. Broke people don't track their money and wealthy people do. It's really that simple. Tracking your money allows you to see where your money is going and identify areas where you can cut back or improve. It also helps you set financial goals and develop a plan to achieve them. But here's the thing, tracking your money doesn't have to be complicated. There are plenty of apps and tools available to help you get started. The key is to find a system that works for you and to stick with it. On average, wealthy individuals review their finances on a weekly basis, while poor and middle-class people do it only 4 times a year. This means that wealthy people are much more likely to notice small changes in their spending habits and adjust accordingly. They're also more likely to be proactive in their financial planning, which leads to better outcomes over time. So if you want to improve your financial situation, start by tracking your money. It's not sexy, but it works. Money, truth, no. 7. No passive income equals no freedom. Now, don't get me wrong, working a 9-to-5 job is not bad. It's a reliable way to earn a steady income and enjoy a comfortable lifestyle. However, relying solely on a 9-to-5 income can be risky. What happens if you lose your job or the company downsizes? Being financially secure means having multiple streams of income so that if one fails, you have backups. This is where passive income comes in. Passive income is money you earn without actively working for it. For example, you could earn passive income through investments, rental properties, or even creating digital products like online courses or ebooks. The best part about passive income is that it can be highly lucrative, depending on your investments or the products you sell. You could earn a substantial amount of money without having to trade your time for money. On top of that, passive income can provide you with financial freedom. When you have multiple sources of income, you're not dependent on a single employer for your livelihood. You can choose to quit your job and pursue other opportunities, or take some time off without worrying about losing your main source of income. In fact, studies show that the majority of millionaires built their fortunes through multiple streams of income. It's no surprise that passive income is becoming more popular than ever before, according to a recent survey. 64% of millennials and 78% of Gen Z are actively trying to create passive income streams. So there you have it, 7 money truths that you need to know to succeed in 2025. Remember, money doesn't grow on trees. But with the right knowledge and mindset, you can grow your wealth. Which money truth surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Smart Mind Daily 365 for more success-focused videos. I post new content every week to help you grow smarter and richer. See you in the next video.